Howdy folks, Brother Jim reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. It's been revealed Soros invested heavily in Chinese biotech research company with facility in Wuhan that researches respiratory models and infectious disease. The Jew-claiming monster who killed his own people, the Jews in World War II, is killing the world, investing money in killing the people of the world. If anyone is a devil in a man's suit, it would be this man, wouldn't it? Thanks to Yakov, Applebaum, and Equal One. Documents from the Security and Exchange Commission in 2011 show Soros Fund Management LLC invested heavily into the WXI Pharmatech Cayman Incorporated. WXI AppTech, as it now is called, has a facility in Wuhan, China. The company provides validated research including in vitro HTS SARS screening support and in vivo disease models in cardiovascular, respiratory, metabolic, and infectious diseases. The document was filed with the U.S. government in August 2012. Weapons of mass destruction, biowarfare. That's what Bill Gates, that's what Hildebeest is into, and that's what George Soros is into, making money off of dead people. Here's all the proof right here. WXI AppTech acquired AppTech Laboratory Services in 2008. Long time coming back for this one, wasn't it? The company was renamed WXI AppTech since then, as you see here. In 2010, before Soros invested in the company, WXI Pharmatech announced plans to build $100 million R&D center in Wuhan, China, the epicenter of the Wuhan virus. From a trusted source, you can't do virology research and development in any country unless you have a government, most of the time DoD or CDC contract. This is even more so the case in China. The reason for this is that you can't get viral specimens, have a secure facility, and transport specimens and conduct experiments on live animals without the clearance. In the specific case of WXI AppTech, it is almost certain that their work was supervised by the Chinese intelligence services because of the company's tight business connections to the U.S. Oh, this is an ad block. That's what this blank is here. WXI AppTech provides validated research including in vitro HTS SARS screening support and in vivo disease models in cardiovascular, respiratory, metabolic, and infectious diseases. Here's proof of that image via XR Vision, Sentinel AI, and Yakov Applebaum. The devil's in high places. Ephesians 6:12, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but of principalities in high places. No, because a lot of people cheat with mail-in voting. I just got a mail-in vote thing in the mail today. President Trump pounds liberal hack when asked about Democrats' dream of mail-in voting. Partisan hack John Carl from ABC News asked President Trump his last question today at his daily coronavirus press briefing, that is yesterday. Carl used the opportunity to push in for mail voting, something Democrats desperately want to make into law because they know it's easier to cheat that way. But of course, Trump said if the coronavirus is still killing thousands of people a day in October, this country's economy will be finished. Democrats won't have to worry about mail-in voting. Trump didn't say that, but that's what the report says here. People should vote with ID, voter ID, Trump says. Boom, President Trump just poured water on the Democrats' latest scam to do mail-in ballots to vote. He rightfully said everyone who wants to vote must show up in person with, wait for it, voter ID. I love our president. And DOJ prosecutors asked for another delay in the Flynn case as Sidney Powell fights for dismissal. Wait. We need another delay because Trump's going to be impeached. DOJ prosecutors on Friday asked for another delay in the Flynn case in a status report filing as attorney Sidney Powell fights for a dismissal. This is huge, folks. This is about getting Trump impeached. That's what they're doing here. They're going to lose because the honey badger's going to crucify them. But the feds are asking for 3 additional weeks to comb over documents provided to them by Flynn's former lawyers. The status report was filed by prosecutors Friday in anticipation of a scheduled hearing on April 3rd. Justice Department prosecutors stated in the status report that the documents provided by Flynn's former legal counsel with Covington and Burling are voluminous and span numerous topics that arose during Covington's 30-month representation of Mr. Flynn and include many pages of sometimes difficult to decipher handwritten notes. Really? The FBI and DOJ made up this case, threatened to indict his son the next day if he did not plead guilty, hid, and are still hiding the evidence that shows he is innocent, and they knew that all along. Sidney Powell told Sarah Carter. Clapper and Brennan and others knew that Flynn intended to audit and clean out the corrupt intelligence agencies. They and the FBI targeted him to destroy with this false prosecution. Every day the government delays in dismissing this prosecution is a disgrace for anything called justice and an enormous waste of taxpayer dollars. General Flynn formally asked to withdraw his guilty plea in January and filed a motion to dismiss the case, accusing federal prosecutors of egregious government misconduct. Thank God he hired the honey badger. Mueller thugs prosecutors, however, keep pushing to delay Flynn's case in an effort to harass him and further put him into financial ruin. The FBI lost the original 302 summary report on the ambush interview with Flynn and altered the 302 report currently in his file, reported many months ago. President Trump reacted to the news of the lost 302 report a couple weeks ago and said he was strongly considering a full pardon for Flynn. Well, I'll let you read the rest of that. We continue with the news. Coronavirus spreads among Los Angeles homeless population. Oh, I thought the Democrats loved the homeless. Meanwhile, the homeless, illegals, get to be out in the street while the citizens are on lockdown. It's what Democrats do. Democrats from the pit of hell. The fallen angels, the half-breeds, just like Genesis 6. The coronavirus is beginning to spread among the homeless population in Los Angeles. According to LA Times, there are currently approximately 59,000 homeless people living in Los Angeles County. That's a decent-sized city. The first coronavirus case popped up on Skid Row earlier this week, and now there are a total of 9 confirmed cases of the virus among the homeless. And wonder how many of them are being tested. 0 to none. There are 9 confirmed cases of coronavirus among Los Angeles homeless population, said Barbara Fair, director of the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health, at her Thursday media briefing. Oh, I stand to be corrected. There was 9 that were tested and 9 got it. This is up from 5 the day before and comes as the city and county attempt to more aggressively test in places like Skid Row. Farrer said it was challenging to know exactly where in the county these homeless people had been, but so far there had been no clustering of cases. Are you serious? Oh, I'm sure the homeless, drug-ridden, illegal aliens are practicing, what do they call it? The safe distance, social distancing. I'm sure they're practicing that really legal, you know. I'm sure the police want to arrest them for disobeying it too, you know. You know, they love to touch those people, huh? No, they arrest the people that are waterboarding out in the ocean for no obscure reason, because they're infecting the people. It's a wild and crazy world, folks. She says, quote, if we're able to, we quarantine at the shelter everybody who's been exposed, and sometimes at a smaller shelter. That could mean we're quarantining the entire facility, Farrer said, but we will also go in and identify who are the people who most vulnerable, who had an exposure, and we moved those people to an isolated site for them to serve out their quarantine. Los Angeles has spent billions of dollars to end homelessness, but the problem keeps getting worse every year. Mountains of rotting, rat-infested trash was piled sky high in LA last year, which led to a typhus outbreak despite millions of dollars allocated for cleanup and prevention. Make sure you vote for another Democrat like LA Mayor Garcetti promised to clean up the heaps of rat-infested trash piling up around Los Angeles to help combat the typhus epidemic. Now the coronavirus is threatening the homeless population after years of wasted money and failed liberal policies. Just keep on voting for those Democrats there, lost angels, and we'll see what you get. Thank you for listening.